Hey y'all, hey, hope all is well with you. Back again in my workroom. Okay, so today is complete some projects. So the main project I am currently working on is an alteration. So I am working on a prom dress. So they bought a dress and I checked. I always have the person come prepared. They need to usually have their undergarments they plan to wear with the dress. They need to have their shoes they plan to wear with the dress, because I need to make sure I don't need to shorten the dress, because sometimes people don't think about that. Dress may need to be shortened, or it helps with what I need to do. Okay, so with including foundation, your undergarments, those things are important for me to create or fix whatever I need to fix. So for this particular dress, she does have boning inside the dress. It's a thin, lightweight boning, and it's not enough. Underneath the arms, the dress droops. That's first problem. Also too, it doesn't stay up at the top. So the way they have the boning in here, which for me is kind of crazy, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. I am going to put boning in the dress in three different places. One, I'm going to replace this boning because I could leave it in, but because of where it is located is the reason why I'm changing it. Because it goes across the boob and it's supposed to help hold up the highest portion. I guess that's the highest portion of the dress. So it hits like here, just above the breast. And so because of that, I need to make sure that stays up. And it was starting to kind of buckle when she had it on. So that's one thing I will be replacing. Then it's drooping underneath the arm and there's no boning right there. So I'm going to put a piece of boning there. I could probably get away with a thin boning right there, but that's only if I put boning actually in a couple other places around the dress, which I'm going to put as much as I need to. The back of the dress is fine. It is a corseted back with a short, like 6 to 8 inch zipper in the back for a portion of it. Then the other thing I will need to do, that's the main thing I will have to do with this dress, is to replace the boning that's in the front, put an extra 1 or 2 boning inside the dress. And I'm actually, I don't know if I showed it, I'm going to this size. This is what size is this? I think this is I'm horrible with sizing, y'all. I think it's 3/4 or something like that. It says 12 millimeter. I don't know right offhand what that is. So it's probably, I think it's like a 1/2 inch. I think this is about a 1/2 inch. Which means she's not going to have so much of the buckling, and that's what I want to do, is make sure it doesn't buckle. After I finish that, she does want the train of her dress to be a little bit longer and the dress to poof out a little bit more. So I am trying to decide. I have some, this is what the original hem looks like, netting material in my closet that could help poof it out more without going too far. The only downfall is with this particular dress, it already has horsehair in it, but as you can tell, this is how she got the dress with the boning all like distorted. So I am gonna have to kind of do some steaming to help flatten out that portion. I will, if y'all want me to see, I may record it. It's not a guarantee that it'll be recorded, but I will kind of record it because I have to take my time with it. But because it is a thin netting, mesh like netting, I will have to really plan out how I am going to get the fullness in the dress. I may actually end up just replacing the panels in the first place, which it may be easier for me to do. I don't know. I just have to, I'm not in a rush, luckily. This may, I have an idea in my head on how I'm going to do it. Because she does want the train to be a little bit longer. So if I don't do the poofy part, I'm definitely know how I'm going to actually incorporate it and make it a lot longer and a lot wider. But I will most likely have to take this horsehair off and actually buy new horsehair to give it the fullness it needs. So yeah, so I am working on this alteration. Just balled up right now, but so I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the other side, because I started working and really was forgetting that I was gonna do at least a little bit of a idea. Okay, so I'm middling outside. Ain't none of my business what's going on outside. So let me turn the dress inside out. Working on the dress. When it's got sequins, it's way easier to work from having the inside out, so that I can not get stuck like Chuck and touched. All right, so got a couple things that I kind of want to do. I kind of going to do. Not want to do, but going to do. So this dress this is what it look like in front. All right. It has a thin boning going on this side, and this is to help, because it goes like this, and this to help this stay up. What else it does? And then that's the sum of that part. So currently right now, the boning that's on this side is, I have to show you from the inside. It's really thin. I did show it in my other video, but I realized that I was going to end up forgetting to do this part. So going inside the netting on this dress is working my nerves. All right. So going on the other side of the dress. All right, so this is the boning, which is a fourth, I believe is a fourth of an inch. And as you can tell, it bends really easy. I am going to put in a 1/2 inch boning. It's much stiffer, it's much more rigid. That means it's not going to buckle or fold as quickly. Now, I have to be careful when I take out anything on this dress. The reason why you have to be careful is because it's tone on tone, and my eyes somewhat ain't the greatest. And my eyes are fine, but when it's the same color that you're basically removing, you're more likely to cut the fabric. But other than that, it should be fine. It just takes time. That's where the process is. So I'm going to actually remove this long piece and actually reintroduce it, because there's a stitch line, which is a princess cut. I'll show you on the front, that goes almost perpendicular. Yeah, perpendicular to that. I'm trying to find them. Y'all, sorry, y'all. This is the only way I can kind of do it, because even if I put it on the table, it's not going to show up. Black on black doesn't show. My room ain't that bright. All right, so there is. All right. So we on this is the side that I haven't started on. All right, so the boning princess seaming going down like this. So because I know that she needed additional support, additional for it to stay up and stay out a little bit, I actually put a part of the boning going this way, but I also am going to put a piece of boning right here. Even if I do the 1/4 of an inch, it will still be good, because all I want to do is make sure it just stays up. If you go with a thinner or not so rigid one, you need to use more of them. The more you use, the more support you end up with. The less you use, the less support you got. Just think about that. Okay. So I am currently now, of course, my pins have fell out, and that's because I'm going inside out. I am actually taking and pinning in place. I'm taking and pinning it in place. That's the first pin. I'm taking and pinning it, repinning in the same exact location it originally was in. Trying to run it as close to the stitching line as possible. And I'm running it down. And I'm running it, I think, a 1/2 inch longer than the original, which will help. In doing so, then I'm less likely to have an issue, or she's less likely to have an issue. So I am literally pinning it in place so that she has that additional support. So this part is the time consuming part, because I am going to have to work from the right side of, I'm going to have to work from the right side. So hold on. All right, I have increased the speed of this portion. I am top stitching the boning in place, but I have to work from the right side, even though the boning is on the bottom side. I have pinned it in place to make sure it's where I want it to go. So there is several pins. I apologize for not giving you a much clearer picture of this, but I am taking my time because I am working inside the dress, trying to not have to take the dress completely apart in order to do that part, which increases the cost and time working on the dress. So I'm securing one of the boning in the breast area, which I made it about 3 to 4 inches longer to give additional support down the side of the body. If I sound distorted, I'm just trying to figure out the right words to say. So this probably took me roughly a 1/2 hour to do just one boning insertion. So be patient with yourself. Make sure you have nothing in the way and you go slow. I have sped this up about 3 times the speed. And hopefully this helps you out in you putting boning in your next project. Okay, I finished some of the trimming and I am molding the dress a little bit. And now I am showing the dress on the mannequin where you can see the extended train. Still, I need to put some horsehair in it, and hopefully I'll be nearly done. Y'all have a good one. If you enjoy what I'm talking about, or you want to know and actually see me doing this work, make sure you check my channel out. It just may be there. Y'all have a good day.